104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Rula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here. Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Rula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Morning, Houston, Texas. It is 6:03 a.m. Hello, happy Wednesday. It's January 15th.
Wednesday? Oh, dang.
Of 2025.
I know, it goes fast, doesn't
I know. It's Rula, Ryan, Eric, Special K. Sam's out today, and I can't decide when it wants to rain. I don't hear it. I was surprised that my car was covered in rain.
Nah, it's icky rain.
For the last 3 weeks, I've been trying to get my car washed. And on the days that I'm like, okay, I didn't make it, the next day it rains anyway. So I'm like, okay, great. But now it's getting dicey. I just need my car cleaned. I just want to get my car cleaned. And now I'm like, thank God I didn't. I was going to do it yesterday. Thank God I did not, because my car was covered in rain today.
Wouldn't you get save the receipt and they let you do it for free or something?
I don't know. Depends on where you go, I
That'd
guess.
be nice.
Sometimes it's like within 48 hours, certain places.
If it rains, we'll give you a free
Yeah.
second car wash.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, that's true. There is a
Not all
place I went
places,
to once,
but-
and they said if it rains within 24 hours, come back for another, just on the outside, not the inside.
What about the gas station car washes where they give you a code and it's valid for that day?
Actually, it's valid for like 9 days. If you read the receipt,
really?
you don't have to do it that day.
Now, that's not all gas stations.
No, if you
but-
go like the Chevron, there's a Chevron not too far from here. There's a drive-through car wash, automated car wash. If you buy it and put the code in, it says on the thing, the code is good for 9 days.
So hypothetically, you could give that code to all your friends and they get a free car wash.
Well,
only
one
works
person will
once.
get it. You'll give it away.
It only works once.
It only works once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have like...
If that was true, then you could just keep using that code
true.
For 9 days.
for 9 days.
Right.
But
Okay.
once it's used, it's done. And I saw Kevin and Rula. Was it Monday or last week? I saw a video of a guy went through one of those car washes, and then it's afterwards. He goes, "Look at my windshields were smashed in, dented because
Ooh.
you know that yellow tow rope that you see like
beds of trucks.
trucks use to tow a car behind them.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
real
yeah,
thick.
yeah.
It's like what 3
has
inches
the metal
thick.
hooks on the end, and it's a very thick
One of those
fabric.
got loose somehow and wrapped up into the the thing that spins.
Apparatus, yeah.
It's supposed to be a nice little brush on your car. Doom, 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 doom.
No.
And then he was showing another one where I must have somehow got an algorithm of car washing. Because
Now we all will.
somebody who had their truck or a Jeep, they were out there mudding, and there's all these rocks stuck in those little brushes.
Oh, that stinks.
So those are just...
So who's liable for that?
Well, actually, I'm going to tell you
Probably
something.
you. It's probably
there
somebody said
Like,
there
I
was a
mean-
guy who went to this car wash over here. Remember, I think KPRC or ABC had done a story on it because the machine malfunctioned. And some of them are touchless, right? It's just like the pressure of the water, but some have the apparatus in there. This thing malfunctioned and slammed down on his hood and destroyed his hood. He had a BMW.
Ooh.
And that's not cheap. So he was trying to go after the gas station. The gas station is like, no, that's a third party. We don't have anything to do with the car wash. Kind of like if you valet your car somewhere, that's a third party. So he take it all the way to small claims court to get them to get some kind of resolution to who's going to pay for his car. And that's where it was on the news. I don't know what happened to him in the end, but a lot of times they'll be like, I don't know what you're doing. I
That
don't know
doesn't
what you
happen
mean."
overnight.
Right. That your
Yeah.
car's just sitting around dented. I brought this thing in yesterday. I've been meaning to bring this thing like 4 days in a row because when we were in COVID and we were broadcasting from the house, I remember I had this. And then over the holidays, I found it in a box. And I was like, I wonder if this thing still works. But Barnes & Noble always has like the waste your time impulse purchases at the register. And so I had bought this in 2019, Christmas 2019. And I remember playing it for y'all in COVID. And I was like, I wonder if this thing still works. What is this noise? It is a little fireplace because it's cozy outside.
Does it still work? Let's see.
Where's the noise? Hold on.
Oh, it looks like almost like a ornament that you'd put up.
Do you hear the noise? Well, turn the music down. The crackling. You hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like bad static.
It's not
Yeah.
really big. The mic's, I can see what it's doing, but the mic's not really doing it justice.
But it's like a little mini
like a flickering
fireplace.
fireplace.
It says, have a cozy fireplace anywhere you go. And I remember putting it in that little room where I was broadcasting for COVID with
give
you
you a
guys.
little bit of
and I was like, oh, I
ambience.
want to feel like I have some kind of cozy scene. And it's so funny because I had it on my, when I found it in the box, I had it on my nightstand. And I was like, oh, there's my little cozy fireplace. I don't have a fireplace in my room. For those of you listening who actually have a fireplace in your bedrooms, Do you use it? Does it give you warmth, or is it decorative? Because some of those fireplaces you see with the glass plate, does that actually produce any heat? Like, I've never had a house where I had a fireplace in the bedroom.
No, me either.
And I feel like I'd be scared, but at the same time, gosh, right now I really wish I had that so cozy feeling. And
My wife built one.
sounding.
And it's in the bedroom, but it's for both sides. Like one side's the bed, and then there's that.
The wall on the other side.
And another side, you
Okay.
can see through it even. Not through the chimney part, but through the
glass.
glass. And the other side's like a sitting room.
Oh,
So
nice.
somebody can sit by the fire in their bedroom.
But then if somebody's in the living room,
that's the
can't
only
they
reason I
see
would use
through
it.
to your bed?
Well, I mean, it's for you. It's like you want to read in your bedroom, and you have your own.
Yeah,
you know,
people have these visions of
it's a-
wearing a cardigan, sitting in an overstuffed chair with a book and their little reading
wanna
glasses
be
with
too
the
hot.
fireplace.
I don't want to be hot in bed. I'd rather be cold and then jump in bed, and then you're going to warm up
Layer.
in a couple
But
minutes.
that's what my question is, Eric. Fireplaces with wood, I feel like brought a lot of heat. When I was a child, my mom's house has a wood-burning fireplace. The one that I have is gas, and I have to literally stand right here in front of it and be like, oh my gosh, I'm shivering,
Yeah, just for
shivering
looks,
to get the
basically.
heat.
I think
so. For
so.
those of you listening who have a fireplace in your bedrooms that are gas, not wood burning, gosh, that sounds dangerous. 37530. Is that something you sleep with all night? Because you're in the room.
Sounds like a fire hazard.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
what I'm saying, like,
and
the point-
it
what's
sounds
the
like
point?
maybe like
Smoking in bed.
0.1% of our audience might actually have that. Like I've
I don't
never
know. That's
had
a
a
really
fireplace
small
in a
percentage,
bedroom.
right? Just because you haven't ever had one, that's why make the percentage so small.
If Ryan doesn't see it, he doesn't believe it. Remember, he didn't
that's
believe,
true.
He didn't believe the fires
last
last week.
those fires until his daughter told him it was true.
I'm doubting Thomas until I've seen it with my own dumb eyes. I don't get it. No, but
I would have
it's
slept with one on last night because I was.
Well, you're gonna need it
cold
next week.
and-
yeah.
Oh, yes.
So that's what I want to talk about. So this weekend, Saturdays, when this cold front's going to hit. We're going to start feeling it on Saturday. So Saturday, the temperatures, they'll peak in the 60s and they'll drop down to the 50s. But then Sunday, ooh, man, it's going to be a cold one. So at the time of the beginning of the Chevron Marathon,
Which is usually cold anyway.
Oh my!
it's usually
goodness.
cold. They say the temperatures will be in the mid 30s with a north wind of up to 25 miles per hour, making it feel like the temperatures are in the lower 20s.
Ooh.
It's supposed to be dry with sunshine breaking through, but
That's good. If it's dry, sunshine.
still to
people-
For those
feel
of
like
you-
it's in the mid 20s while you're doing a marathon.
Listen, for those of you who've never done the half or the full, just get ready for all the litter of clothes that start to peel off. People start to peel off their clothes as the morning gets going, the sun comes out, their body heat rises from the running, and it's just like there's like a whole team that's in charge of picking up the clothes.
I'd like to know what the guys and girls that win, because they win in like 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Right.
What are they
win
wearing?
money.
What are they wearing when they start? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Do they have a handler? And then they
don't
have
know.
a mink coat on, and all of a sudden they rip
No
it
mink
off,
coat.
and they
Oh,
run.
no. If
know what I mean?
anything,
Like, it's so
maybe
big.
something for their head and their hands. And then a lot of people
Because they're so fast, but then they're not used to this cold weather.
right,
usually the winners are
but they're
from other
elite
countries that
runners
won.
and they've gone to all the marathons, so they know what to expect. In
Well,
the
how
cold
many
weather
people do you
states.
think come from out of
A
town
lot,
to do this?
a lot.
Like
Most
versus
of the
people
runners
that are
that
here.
win our
For money.
hours,
For money.
the elite runners that will run the race for the money. A lot from Ethiopia, Somalia.
Okay.
Where's another big country that always provides great runners?
What's the purse? Like, how much money can
I know
you
they get a
win?
cowboy hat because it's always funny seeing them put a cowboy hat on somebody, and they're sometimes it's too small.
Oh, that is funny. But how much money can you pull in? Like, if you are the grand prize winner, like you're the champion of this race, I wonder how much money you pulled out.
Get
Is it
Chevron bucks.
like $100,000 or
Yeah,
something?
you get free car wash. The auto car wash.
Yeah, you get the code. It's good for 9 days, unlimited.
The elite, the 2025 Aramco Houston Half Marathon is going to offer a total of $70,000 in prize money. That's a total.
Okay.
Chevron Houston Marathon. Let me see what it says here. I got to click the whole story to get the full money. Okay, the 2025 Chevron Houston Marathon will have a total of $196,000 in prize money.
Is that like all the prizes added up, like
Yeah,
all the
the
different
total.
divisions? Okay.
First place male and female.
If you win that,
So
think about it. If you're that-
70,000 for half, 196 for full.
You do 2 of those a month at least. Also,
Oh, my
you're
God.
making $100,000.
And you get sponsorships
Yep.
in runners
That
magazines
is your
and
job.
stuff.
You don't have to work anywhere else,
Right.
that's for sure.
Has to be their job.
Yesterday we were talking about hobbies that you thought were cheap when they started out and they got expensive, and the girl called in for running, and I said I thought running is free, but she talked about all the stuff, all the gear you need.
Oh, yeah.
The lights at night and the special shoes and the clothes that don't chafe and all that. Well, that would be like, gamers who want to game and be on Twitch and make money off the ads. You're a runner and you get you're not Michael Jordan for Nike, but you are something in the running world that we don't know your name, but they're giving you $50,000 a year to wear their tennis shoes.
They're not kidding about
Or
like
their
the
running
shoes. Like
sorry.
I never realized until I picked it up myself during the pandemic that those shoes are so expensive, and you go through them pretty quickly. Like I mean, if you're like doing this every single day,
Every
of your
6
life,
months, you should actually change out your shoes if you're on average exercising with running and walking. So imagine the runners. They probably run through them 2 to 3 months.
Oh yeah.
Some people are saying they have gas fireplaces in their bedroom. It's lovely, but it gets way too hot to keep it going overnight. Someone took the glass off the fireplace to make the heat come out because they weren't getting enough
Oh,
heat
that
on the
makes
gas.
sense. And everything is so computerized now. I'm sure you can set a timer to where it'll shut itself
Yeah,
off
it's electric.
I hope
after
so.
X amount of
Just
time.
get a bed jet. I bought that for my wife for her birthday.
What's a bed jet?
The best gift I ever gave her. It's like this little, it's really quiet. This little device that goes under your bed. You can do one
Under
for
the
two.
mattress, under the actual
Well,
bed.
like the little, the brains of it goes under the bed, and then it has like a vent, like a tube, kind of like those tubes you see in the back of a dryer.
Okay.
And it goes on the bottom of your sheet, on the end of your bed, and it blows cold air or hot air.
Oh.
And you don't get cold? Only she
Nope,
gets cold?
It's on her side. I never feel it. So
Wow.
it's
And
called
who
the bed
knew?
jet. She said it was the best gift I ever gave her.
We'll look it up. And guess
Wow.
what, guys? I'm not the only person that bought this little fake fireplace. Somebody said, I have that fireplace from Barnes & Noble, Rula. I was so mad at the sound.
See, it sucks.
Okay, today on the Rule and Ryan Show, more chances for you to score rodeo tickets with our Rodeo Sounder of the Day. Will premiere at 8 o'clock. Plus, it's the Rapid Fire Quiz at 8 o'clock for Monster Jam tickets. Coming up next, everybody started out with some sort of a job before they became famous. And once they become famous, it's funny to see how they connected with celebrities, and you just never knew. One super celebrity had to serve divorce papers to a rock star before the celebrity was super. We'll talk about the story next. Here's your weather for today.
All right, we got drizzle this morning. It looks like a high in the mid 50s right now, 49 degrees and 614 on the Rule and Ryan Show.
It's brought to you by Taqueria Saranda. 8 o'clock this morning, we are going to reveal the Rodeo Sounder of the Day, where you just need to be in the know so that the rest of the day, after 9 a.m. until 7 p.m., when it randomly plays, you know to be caller 104 to score free Rodeo Houston tickets. Yay!
That's awesome.
Rodeo time. Like, don't go to Boot Barn on Monday before the Tuesday, first day of the
No.
rodeo.
Yep.
It's going to be really busy then. Just go now. Go to like Cavender's
You
now.
got to break them in too.
Walk around with like double pairs of tube socks.
It's
and
true.
walk around as much as you can in your new
Yeah,
boots.
you're right. It's coming back fast.
You're right.
End of
And
you
February,
can't go
or
wrong,
March, right? Beginning of March.
Yeah, March
Yeah,
4.
March. Yeah,
Anything
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So you got basically March 1st all the way to the end of the month.
I'm
Just
cold.
saying,
Month of March.
don't cheap out on the boots, Like if you get a good pair, that'll last you forever.
Well, Sam will tell you different. She got $20 Amazon boots.
Oh,
and
I saw
They didn't hurt her feet last
those
year.
white
shockingly.
boots.
If
Like,
you're only going one day,
everybody
Ryan,
had.
if
Yeah.
you only go 1 or 2 days,
Yeah, and you're
Oh,
not
a
a boot
year?
person. You don't want to
Spend
spend
$1,000 or
$1,000
something.
Oh,
on
no,
boots.
I'm not
Hell
saying
no.
that. God, no. No. But I mean, a good pair of boots, you can wear them anywhere.
Well, it's to be determined. How many times are you going to wear those boots?
Want to
You
be
know you.
comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? Like those $20 boots did her just fine. But the one time
Put
she
your
was
flask
there.
in there. I'll be the landman. It's coming
The
Billy,
landman.
Billy Bob Eric.
So a lot of celebrities started somewhere. I always like to refer to John Krasinski. He was an NBC page at the Conan O'Brien show. An NBC page is the person that tells you, oh, you need to sit down during the taping. You can't get up to go to the bathroom. But if you have an emergency, we can escort you out and not let you back in.
See, that's the kind of
It's the
thing
menial job of the way you get your toe wet.
I try and tell
in
my
NBC.
my kiddo, she's out in LA now trying to do this and make it, and I'm like,
Go work for one of the talk shows.
do whatever, as
Go
long
work
as
for
you get
Kimmel.
your foot in the door. She'd be like, that you don't know what you're talking about, Dad. That's not going to help me in my career. I'm like, yeah,
Isn't
just
it your favorite when your
you-
kid tells you you don't know what you're talking
Well,
about?
actually, if you just work and get real experience, what if you get a job on a show and you got to play a construction worker?
yeah.
If you already had experience,
What do you draw upon?
You kind of, you can draw upon it.
Go work at Starbucks. Go wait tables. Go learn how to talk to people.
Yeah.
Go learn from people.
I mean, I get it. I was that age at one point,
Watch
and nobody
people.
could tell
Work
me
at the
anything
grocery
either.
store.
But I mean, you really, it's all about anything, and it doesn't mean just entertainment. It's all about meeting people, making contacts, knowing people.
Well,
That's
if
all
you-
that matters.
Your parents might know something.
And being able to pay some rent because, you do need a job that
Yeah,
actually
that
pays
too.
money. So the summer after, David Schwimmer, most famous from Friends, Ross Geller, finished his freshman year of college. He went to work as a process server for his mom. His mom was a divorce attorney. So his job was to drive around and serve people papers.
You've been served.
He said he had to pop out of the bushes and serve divorce papers to people. And one of those people was legendary rocker Rod Stewart.
Oh, wow.
He was being served papers by his first wife, Alana Stewart, back in 1984. He'd married Alana in 1979. And David Schwimmer served Rod Stewart his divorce papers. And he told Stephen Colbert, thank God I've never run into him ever since. I don't even know if he knows it was me. I don't think he knows it was me. How would he know?
How would he know?
Hey, how would he know? How would they know? They know.
Hey, Ross from Friends, give me papers.
Yeah.
Was you a stupid monkey?
I mean, isn't that funny? Like, you just never know. Because we were just saying yesterday in one of the scoops about all these super famous people that were the low tier credit on the movie of whatever before they were famous because they weren't.
What is
the main
David
star.
Schwimmer promoting? Because we have a lot of David Schwimmer stories the last 2 weeks.
Isn't he?
Does anyone know what he's doing?
Hold on, I gotta look and see because I know there's something.
I don't know.
He's gonna
I
have
think it's
something
a
because we
Netflix
got a
show.
story
It's
about
popping up a lot, yeah.
Pivot and something else you did last week about the things that people say to him when he's on the street. It was just a break.
Oh, the
and
pivot. Yeah, you're right.
So there's
Goosebumps the Vanishing.
the hell's that?
David Schwimmer talks Goosebumps the Vanishing.
I don't know what that is.
I mean, I know
Goosebumps is that
the
series,
book,
the book series that kids.
But is that for
The
a movie?
Vanishing? That sounds like a horror film.
Is it a movie or is it like
It says he was on Good Morning America a week ago talking Goosebumps the Vanishing. So that's got to be what it is. I think that's what I thought. I think that's what I saw. Is that
I don't know if
Disney
there's a
Plus?
movie or if it's like on Disney or if it's on Nickelodeon or something. Or...
Speaking of Disney, Eric, I thought of you today because I remember your kids were 2 steps ahead of my kids on the TV shows they wanted to watch. And your daughters were watching Jessie and Liv and Maddie before my kids even knew what that was. We were still watching Baby's First Television.
Oh, yeah.
And Dove Cameron is 29 years old today. She was Mal in The Descendants, and she's Liv and Maddie playing twin girls.
That's
one
what
sporty, one
We met
glamorous.
her downtown. They always
Took her at Houston Children's Festival. Didn't you take your kids to go meet her?
It was raining. There's like a tent and got to meet her in person.
Oh,
Kids were so excited.
such a great memory, though. I got you some info. So Goosebumps, it's the series of films.
Yeah.
So it's Goosebumps : The Vanishing.
Right.
But is it a movie out in movie theaters or is it on?
It says
I think
official
it's on-
trailer for 2025.
I think it's on streaming services.
It's so hard nowadays. Everything's.
I know, because
Everything's
it can be at the theater, but also
People
streaming.
are saying Disney
At the same
Plus.
time. Disney Plus, okay. And I mentioned Jessica Simpson yesterday. She announced that she and her husband, Eric Johnson, are going through some difficulties in their marriage and they have been living apart. And well, she also had been trying to sell her house on the market in September of 23. This is when things were still fine with them. They were going to move along. The house was listed $22 million as the former home of Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, from the Osbournes, the one that we watched on TV?
I wonder if it's the one next to Pat Boone that we watched on TV. It had to have been because
yeah,
if
Pat
she
Boone.
bought it from them, because they could have had more than one house. There were no takers in September of 2023 at $22 million. So
It's right off Sunset Strip.
So well, thanks for telling me that because I'll never drive there.
I'm just saying
pulled
it's
it
a
last
good location.
August.
Take a left
Yeah, take a left right there.
by that Starbucks.
And last August, they pulled it off the market because they didn't have any bites. Now it's back on the market for $17.9 million, but obviously there's danger there because of the wildfires. I don't know what's going to happen with.
If the wildfires
That's-
get to that point.
Speaking of
'cause
fires, I was telling you guys off air, and now I'm like, because my wife dated a guy who's Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm's dentist.
Okay, in real life,
In real
not
life.
the one on the show.
That's why I always laugh because he does a lot of dentist stuff.
He does.
Okay.
And-
Oh, because he must be talking about that guy he knows.
So I don't know if he make fun of
Pulls
him or
from
what,
him.
but so she dated this guy for like 7-8 months.
Wow.
Or almost a year, and then they broke up before Valentine's Day.
But your
in
wife dated
2003.
him here in Houston.
Well, she lived here, and he was in L.A.
Okay, I was going to say how the
Okay.
connection was.
His family is rich. Their house. He's a famous architect, I guess, builder.
Okay.
His house burned down last week, and she used to hang out there. Or his family's is $50 million house.
Good grief.
They are selling this family because they showed me where they're staying at.
Uh-huh.
He's selling this house for $177 million.
Oh,
Good Lord. How many square feet is his house?
It took him like 8 years to build. This one's still intact. So because like 3 of the 4 of the families lost their houses, so they're all living there. So I'm like,
$177 million mansion.
yeah.
So
What
gotta
do
be
you get for $100?
You got to be
I
like
gotta look it
a
up.
billionaire, right, to have that
I
kind
don't
of
know,
house.
but I'm just like, my wife chose me.
Hey, that's what.
It's like your I was on a tractor.
You know what, Eric?
Because
I
they
lived
broke
in a
up in
basement.
February 2003,
Uh-huh.
and then that's when I moved here.
Okay.
And then we met in June.
You should be flattered. I mean,
I know.
she chooses you.
She doesn't
She
care about money.
loves you.
She didn't
know,
care about
Eric-
looks or money.
Eric, if you put $177 million mansion in Los Angeles, it brings up the mega mansion, the $177 million Villa Sienna.
I think that's it. If I
Is
see
this
a
it?
photo, I was watching the video they were showing me yesterday.
Wow.
That's going to make you really feel good, thinking about
Look at
that.
Yep.
This is it?
That's it.
Oh my gosh, guys, just Google $177 million mansion, Los Angeles. That's all you need to do. It's the only one that comes up.
First one. Yeah, that's
Where,
it.
so they're
That's
all
what
living there because the other houses burned
So
down.
she could have
They got
had
somewhere
that.
to go.
I mean,
And now she's got you.
I think that was it wasn't like his house. It was
No.
his family's house.
Could
Well,
have gone
still,
to him.
the family house is the house. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like he's just borrowing it or an Airbnb.
And then you got me. Hey, I have a couch. I didn't have a bed, remember?
But I mean, you've got to just take that as a compliment that, she saw something in you.
Well, she
that
also
was
chose-
way worse. I mean, worth way more
Way
than
worse?
any, not way worse, worth way more than any dollar amount.
Well, also think about Eric. I mean, the guy was in L.A. For her to continue with that guy, guess what? She would have had to move there.
Leave her family.
To get real about the relationship, this guy was not going to come here if his family owns a $177 million mansion in
And then
Los
she
Angeles.
marries me. Turns on the radio. Here's Brian throwing a tiramisu pie in my face.
Oh, that was the early days of the show.
It's fun times.
Me running around in a thong. That's.
Boy, we did some dumb stuff in the beginning.
I'm just saying. I'm a lucky man.
Yes,
my
you
wife
are.
does not care about that stuff, I guess.
She does. She
It's a
just
good
likes to pretend
thing.
it didn't happen. All right. Coming up next.
I did go give her a gift now, but what can I give her? I gave her a bed jet. That's what I gave her.
A bed jet.
It's very fancy. Okay, listen, coming up next, we're going to go over some of the trends that are happening right now that people will regret in 10 years. Can you think of one right off the top of your head? What are people doing right now that they're going to regret they did in 10 years? We're going to go over it
Face
next.
tattoos.
And see.
Oh, yeah.
That's on the list,
Is it?
Eric. Face tattoos.
I see more people doing it.
Yep, that's on the list. We'll go through the list next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
It's KRBE. Turn it up. With more of the Rule and Ryan Show.
All right, my friends, there are trends that we are living with right now. We're living through trends right now that, some of them not the best idea.
You're going to
You
regret
live to
that in the
regret 'em.
future. Yeah.
So there is a list of the trends that social media believes in 10 years, everybody that's doing it right now, they're going to be like, what was I thinking? Eric called one of them with face tattoos.
Well, because that's a permanent decision. A trend, it's one thing. It's like, oh, yeah, I wear my jeans in a weird way. Yeah, you can get out of that. But a face tattoo, that's
Right.
with you for life.
I mean, the first time a celebrity of note had an obvious face tattoo was when Mike Tyson did that pattern on his face. And then Post Malone has become very famous. Jelly Roll has become very famous. There are a lot of sports stars that as they've grown in popularity, the tattoos have creeped from their arms to their chest to their necks, up to the back of their heads,
And then
to their
finally,
ears.
the face.
Every basketball player is covered. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's not cheap.
I was going to say, they're not cheap.
New.
And now-
you could spend $100,000 on tattoos.
I mean, now the players in college are getting paid. They have money to do that. But before, like 5 years ago, I'm like, how do they afford that?
Right. Was it not as expensive, maybe? No, it's always been expensive.
I think they were always being paid. They're just being paid under the table.
That's
okay,
true.
another thing on the list, and I feel like this is a big one because people are doing it constantly. And just recently, I feel like people have put a spotlight like, what's going to happen to all that information? Sending your DNA off into a random company's database.
Yep. I did
yeah.
it. 23andMe.
I saw Jurassic Park.
Yeah. One person
Clone of Ryan's.
texted.
Brian's going to make an army of himself.
No, I would think
Yeah.
I'd be more
An
nervous
army of
about
yourself.
somebody like planting my DNA on a crime scene.
Something like that. Something sinister is going to come of
Oh,
this.
that's actually
like a crime
Like the movie plot.
that could be a good movie.
Yeah. One person texted trends that people are going to regret in 10 years. OnlyFans, especially the people that put themselves out there really hard and are making only $30 a month.
I know it's-
Well, think about it,
I
though.
only hear about the ones that are making like the girl that's supposed to
Crazy
make
money.
$2 million a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, but think about it. You're 18 or 20 and being a little spicy or naughty, and then 10, 15 years down the line, you're applying for something. Maybe you want to be a public figure or a politician, and that comes back to bite you.
Well, nowadays
Does it?
it's
I don't
encouraged.
think it does now.
Well, yeah, they don't care. Politicians, that was a bad
Yeah,
example.
but I know what you mean. Though other businesses,
Or like
are-
businesses that might be looking to hire you and they want professionalism to the end.
Well, think about all the
Agree.
people who an old tweet haunts them.
Sure.
What is it, born again, and you want to like work with the church.
True. Well,
And
the
they're like,
church
"Whoa, look at all
should
this, your
forgive you.
footprint. A lot of, yeah, but the footprint out there, and that it goes
But
hand
if
in
other
hand
people
with,
see it, like say, like teachers,
Yeah.
that teacher got fired this year because kids found out that they had OnlyFans, and I've heard lots of stuff. Where
But that
kids
was
find out
because it
about
was
teachers.
active. It wasn't like something they did in the past. They were
Oh,
still
I thought you were
doing
talking the
it.
teacher that got fired because she was, was that Quanell X audio? She was jiggly. All of her
butt cheeks.
Her butt cheeks. Okay. People letting go of their privacy goes hand in hand with what we're talking about. Trends that people will regret in 10 years. Having an OnlyFans, putting themselves out there with just letting go of all their privacy. Just boom. You put yourself out there. You're signing up for every single thing. You're saying yes to every box just to get to the next thing that you want to get to. Half the time, we have no choice. If I get a new update on my iPhone, I don't have a choice. If I don't hit accept, I can't use the phone.
Who is actually
I didn't
reading
know what was in there.
the user agreement? When they get a
'Cause it's so
phone
long.
or anything, it's pages long, and it's in legal speak that we couldn't possibly understand.
Now you could take that, put it in Chat GPT, and say, "Hey, dummy this down. Give me the top 5 things
And
I
how
should
long
worry
does that
about."
take? When you're on your phone trying to hurry up and get to the thing, you're going to hit accept, go, get to the page.
But
you
maybe
need
do
to
it
get to.
now, and
Yeah.
you could do it. You could do it on your phone in 5 seconds.
Another one when it comes to your phone, giving your children unfettered access. Unfettered is the word they use.
What's that?
Unfettered. Like
unlimited?
open domain. The kingdom is open. Access to technology, all technology. You know, there's this thing running on Instagram, maybe because I'm a mom, it's coming to me a lot, and it says the number one, hands down, no exception rule that you should have with your kids is no phone in the bedroom overnight. No phone in the bedroom overnight. I totally get that because your kid tells you they're going to go to sleep and they're on the phone just like you are for an hour doing whatever. And then that's what, like, you know, rots out their brain when they're seeing the FOMO of maybe some group chat they got invited from or whatever, and then just rests on their mind all night. They're not actually relaxing. When if the phone wasn't in their room, they couldn't see that happening. They could actually sleep peacefully. You know, if anything, sleep is important. But I try to. There's about white noise. Of course, you know about white noise.
The white noise
There's
machine?
white noise, gray noise, brown noise, blue noise. There's all these noises now. Did y'all know this?
No.
There is an app where you can hybrid the noises. And my kids have created one that's a rainstorm with a crackling fireplace and light snow wind. That's their favorite noise. And I'm like,
Altogether?
yeah, altogether.
How long does that take to put together?
No, it's just an option.
Oh.
You hit the options. Like it says, like here's the list. You can click the option for the crackling fire. You can click the option for
I
the
feel
wind.
like if you train your body, then you're screwing yourself. Like that's why I don't drink coffee, because I don't want to be a slave to that caffeine.
You become addicted.
You're not. I'm
Like,
not
if
addicted to coffee.
Like I
only drink it here, and that's it.
what you have every morning. Like I don't.
Right, it's my ritual.
I'm
And
afraid
if
to.
you stopped.
Yeah, if you didn't do that for a week, could you do it?
I could probably do it, but I don't like to not
How about
do
you,
it.
Kev?
You get bad headaches. You'd have
No, I don't
withdrawals
get bad headaches.
from caffeine.
Could you stop?
That's only how much you drink, guys.
I'd be salty.
See?
Yeah, Kevin. Remember we talked about that? I said I hate to admit that I am mad that my coffee wasn't ready and like I couldn't drink it. I was like mad because that's like the warm little wake up to the morning that drives me crazy. But the rest of the day, like yesterday, I had 3 chances to get coffee. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah,
A lot
but
of
I
people
mean,
are
I
addicted to it,
understand
like-
you like the ritual and the routine of it.
But some people need it to
wake up, they have to have it.
But
go.
yeah, but it is absolutely a physically addictive substance.
The day you see me drinking coffee every day in here is when you know I'm going to retire,
Why?
because I'm just like, I'm done.
Oh, you're too tired to get up. You're like,
you
oh,
need a
check it in.
stimulant to
like,
get yourself
I love,
through the
I
show.
love this job so much that I'm just excited to get up every morning.
Just 2 more things I want to add, guys, of the trends that we're going to regret in 10 years. Filming your kids' worst moments for internet clout, because they're going to come back and haunt them. And what was the last one? Hold on, wait. Oh, the broccoli haircut moms of boys who have the
Oh,
broccoli
God, yeah.
haircut. That broccoli and ice cream scoop haircut.
Is it gone yet, or
where
is it
it's all
gone?
No,
like
it's still happening.
They're still doing it?
It's still happening.
10 years later.
I just love it. They're going to laugh at. We're going to make fun of those
Every
kids.
generation does, though, too. I look at myself as a kid. I'm like, boy, I look like a dumbass.
The mullet.
Yep.
You got that audio playing there, Kevin?
For KRB's Rule Friday show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
You got some clean audio there. Have fun
Amon
with
and
it.
Kevin, Ryan just gave you a gift. Get on it.
Yep, yep.
We want to buy 655.
I'll give
Into
it
the
to you
news.
clean. I look like a dumbass.
And that's different
Yeah,
when
we
you say it like
audio-
that.
Well, you got it multiple
You
takes
sound like
now.
that Simpsons guy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, Texans fans, you are invited to meet up at NRG Stadium on Friday for the team's send-off to KC. This is ahead of the divisional round against the Chiefs. Fans will be able to support the players as they make their way to the team buses, while the Texans players, coaches, and staff will depart the West VIP Stadium door on Kirby Avenue. So if you'd like to learn more, go to HoustonTexans.com for details if you want to be there to send off the Texans. And that Arctic front does look like it's going to arrive on Saturday morning. Temperatures will peak in the low 60s on Saturday, and it's going to get down to the 50s Sunday.
What's Kansas City going to be like?
I don't know about
Saturday?
that.
Is
I'm
that
just
the game. Is it going to be ice, snow? Have you looked?
Because they don't
I
have...
can check that out.
They
But
don't
right
have
now.
a...
I'm just thinking right now about
closed.
Houston because on Sunday we've got the Chevron Houston Marathon and it's going to be a cold one.
Oh my God. Hold
it
on,
looks
sorry.
like, hang on, let me finish this real quick.
Yeah,
It
go ahead.
looks
Oh my
like
God, it's gonna be
temperatures will be
bad.
in the mid 30s for the marathon, a north wind of up to 25 miles per hour, which will make the temps feel like it's in the lower 20s.
it
So
gonna be
it's going to be a
Saturday?
cold race.
Saturday in Kansas City, the low is 12. The high is 27.
Imagine getting hit by someone like 6'6" running at
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Like it's like getting hit by a truck
Yeah.
Good Lord.
and you're frozen inside.
Have you ever had somebody like when you're a kid and it's cold outside, they come up and they flick your ear
Oh, yeah.
and it hurts
Oh.
so bad? And imagine that all over your body.
I remember, Chester Pitts, the original Houston Texan, who is a friend of the show, has told us many times in his years in the NFL, that was some of the worst hits when it was freezing
Hitting
cold like
that
that.
hard
Like
ground.
Green Bay when he played in Green Bay
Yeah,
and
it's
Lambeau.
just some of the worst hits because you are frozen.
The ground
They're
is
coming
frozen.
At you.
Oh, God, that's got to be pain like we can't possibly imagine.
Another
But
forecast says the
they're making
low
a
is
lot of
20
money.
versus 12, but still, you're not getting above freezing the whole time.
Well, it's not icy.
I don't know about that. And here, I don't know. Is it shifting like what we thought we were going to on Monday is going to happen Wednesday, or is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? I guess we won't know really until Friday or Saturday what we're going to get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Because Monday
cancel
is
school?
Martin Luther King, and
Yeah,
schools are going to be
Is
out
it,
anyway.
is it this Monday is Martin
Yes.
Luther King?
Yes.
Okay.
Today's actually his birthday, and the day observed is Monday. And so kids are going to be out of school anyway, which is good because if it's going to be bad, then we don't have to worry about, oh no, school buses and all this.
Mm-hmm.
But then what about Tuesday, Wednesday?
That's what I worry about. Like that happened in Atlanta like 8 years ago. The people made the kids go to school, and then the ice came in the afternoon, and then remember people are stranded on that
Everyone was
highway. I remember
trapped.
seeing the videos.
Oh, I do remember
Terrible.
that.
And
Yeah.
the kids were trapped, and
Oh, it's horrible. They call it
Awful.
Snowmageddon or something. Didn't they call
They
it
do.
that? Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
Get
After
probably
the show.
something.
Ice-Mageddon probably or something because it was ice.
It was terrible. Terrible. All right, my friends. Coming up next, it is close to that time. Special K is going to bring us a prank call. Is it a telemarketer turnaround or a robocall? What are we going to get, Kev?
Oh,
He's like, I don't know.
I don't know. It's a regular, straightforward prank call.
Okay.
Yes.
With just your regular voice, no characters.
No. Sorry, I'm doing so many things over here.
know.
It's about a toll runner.
Okay.
Ah,
Let's hear what we got in store for them
Prank
next on
Ryan.
the Rule and Ryan Show.